Bizarre facts you probably never knew about Earth. Even if you aren't one to get lost in reading National Geographic, there's no denying our planet is an absolutely fascinating place. There are so many crazy natural phenomenons, it's hard to keep many of them straight. What's even more amazing is that there are so many tidbits out there you probably didn't even learn in your school science class. We from Better Times gathered up some of the bizarre facts you probably never knew about Earth. Truth behind rogue waves. Up until just a couple decades ago, scientists thought that rogue waves, abnormally large waves which occur unexpectedly and are extremely dangerous, were something out of a fairy tale. That is until information gathered in the mid-90s revealed that these waves, which can measure over 90 feet tall, occur quite often out at open sea, and scientists still don't know what causes these gigantic waves. How underwater mountains form. Tectonic plates don't just create the ever-changing hills and valleys on the ocean floor, they've also created the largest mountain range on the entire planet. The mid-ocean ridge, which is a continuous chain of active volcanoes, stretches more than 40,000 miles. And the crazier part is that no one understands how they formed and stay together. And if you are wondering what happens when they decide to get divided, that will be the end of the world. Mount Everest isn't actually the highest mountain. That's right, what you've been told for years is planet Earth's tallest mountain isn't. Well, at least not technically. While Everest is the tallest mountain completely above land, Hawaii's Mauna Kea is actually 1,640 feet taller. How is this possible? Mauna Kea is almost completely submerged in water, so the visible 13,706 feet above the Pacific Ocean surface looks small up against Everest at more than 29,000 feet. The Ring of Fire's Reign of Terror. You may not think an earthquake in Los Angeles would be connected to a volcanic eruption in Japan, but they are actually both due to the work of the Pacific Ocean's Ring of Fire, which is responsible for more than 450 active and dormant volcanoes. According to NASA, roughly 81% of the world's earthquakes occur along the Ring of Fire due to moving plates. Thank God those tectonic plates are just moving but not dividing. Australia is moving? In 2016, the New York Times reported the Indo-Australian plate moves the continent about 2.7 inches northward a year, with a slight clockwise rotation as well. The report adds that 4 times in the last 50 years, Australia has reset the official coordinates of everything in the country to make them more accurate, correcting for other sources of error as well as continental drift. The truth behind Yellowstone's supervolcano. Volcanic activity forms mountains, right? Not in Yellowstone National Park, where an eruption over 630,000 years ago instead created a 45-mile-long crater. While there is no anticipation the supervolcano will erupt anytime soon, it's still considered active. Studies tell us a chamber of hot magma under the surface is responsible for heating Yellowstone's geysers. Is there a good way to predict volcanic eruptions? Volcanologists can predict eruptions if they have a better understanding of a volcano's eruptive history, and if they can install the proper instrumentation on a volcano well in advance of an eruption, and if they continuously monitor and adequately interpret data coming from that equipment. Long story short, predicting the next Pompeii is difficult to do, but it's possible. Dinahkill Depression. You may not be able to see the mid-ocean ridge with the naked eye, but you can see a similar spectacle in Ethiopia where 3 plates meet up and are separating from each other. Volcanic plate activity and the hottest temperatures on Earth converge to create the Dinahkill Depression, which is a series of bubbling lava lakes, hot springs, and tiny geysers. And the result is this cool-looking yet scary landscape. Hydrothermal vents are home to some organisms. As hot and seemingly inhospitable the area around hydrothermal vents can be, some microorganisms actually call them home. According to researchers, these tiny organisms that live in the dark depths of the ocean along volcanic areas like the mid-ocean ridge use the chemicals coming out of the vents to create matter for them to survive. The largest single organism is a mushroom? That's right, the Armillaria malea or honey fungus is a parasitic fungus that kills trees from within and can continue growing to huge proportions both within the trunks of connected trees and as a wild-looking mushroom on the outer surface. Researchers reference it to a honey fungus found in Michigan in the mid-90s that weighed around 22,000 pounds and extended out 37 acres. Well, that's definitely huge. Does it really rain frogs? Yes, they really do. Well, sort of. Scientists believe tornadoes and unidentified waterspouts pick creatures up and can deposit them as far as hundreds of miles away. Frog and fish rains are among the most common accounts of strange rain reported since ancient times. The truth about Saharan dust. You probably already knew that desert winds can carry Saharan sand over some distance, but you likely didn't realize just how far. Hundreds of millions of tons of desert dust blow across the Atlantic Ocean from Africa every year, adding to Caribbean beach sand and fertilizing the Amazonian soil. Truth about cosmic dust. Scientists have found cosmic dust in the upper atmosphere from traveling comets that predate the creation of the solar system. That is, some of the molecules in the water we drink may also predate the creation of the sun, and you may be inhaling that cosmic dust right now. But you don't even know that. Which one is your favorite fact of them all? Share this video with your science friends. If you liked the video, leave a like, consider subscribing, and turn on the notification bell so that you will never be missing on our awesome future content. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more stuff, check out this video.